Yes. So I'll be able to send it everyone. So I'm going to obviously speak as if I'm speaking to the entire academy. Well done to everyone who got the first check-ins in. I'm hoping we're all really, really pleased with the results. We've had a few kind of people a little bit disappointed with how the challenge has started due to other circumstances, which is what I'm going to go through as well in this Zoom. But I just want to say well done. Just a reminder to make sure it's very separate to my one-to-one clients. They've got their own separate days, but to especially the academy members, please make sure you are getting your check-ins on the days that we have I've put in place for you, because it's very different to my one-to-one clients. I will chase my one-to-one clients and make sure that they are getting detailed feedback. Obviously, if the academy members miss a check-in, they miss a check-in. Obviously, if you can let me know before the check-in day, that's absolutely fine. But like I say, you'll just have to give me 24 hours, 48 hours for your response. But apart from that, everyone else has everyone's kind of checked in. I hope the process wasn't as stressful or as daunting as it might be. But overall, I am so pleased with the progress everyone's making. I hope you've loved the first week. I've had people messaging me privately saying they're absolutely loving it, which is really, really good. So hopefully we can just keep the momentum going. So I just thought I'd kick this Zoom off with a bit of an icebreaker, and just for people to tell me how you're. You can write it in the chat. You don't have to speak out loud if you don't want to, because obviously there's not many people in the Zoom tonight. But how is everyone feeling physically? How are we feeling mentally? Do we feel like we're in a good place right now? Do you feel like last week went a little bit off track, but you stayed consistent with the things that you have? How's everyone feeling? You can pop it in the chat below, or you can tell me out now if we're brave enough to speak out loud. Because obviously these Zooms are like the perfect opportunity just to share any wins. So I had a full low yesterday, but pushed through and feeling loads better today. That's really, really good. And do you know what? We're going to have days where, oh, feeling good, enjoying it. Yes, we're getting responses. That's good. And I'm really glad you're feeling good and you're enjoying it. And please let me know when you are having any struggles, whether and that you are enjoying it, because out of everyone, I want to know that you're enjoying the process, because this is what it's all about. It is all about enjoying the process, making feel like your whole world's not having to turn upside down for this lifestyle change. And it is going to be a lifestyle change. We're not here for a quick fix. Oh, you love the app, the group, and your support. Oh, thank you, Celia. The This is what I love about like the group and coaching and things like that, is the community that we are building. And the community is, I absolutely buzz off it, to the point where when I'm doing all my PTs and everything else I'm doing, I can't keep track of all the messages. And someone did message me this week saying I get a bit overwhelmed with all the messages because I feel like I'm not contributing as much. I feel like I can't keep up. That is fine. Read it at your leisure. If you want to just catch up on things, see what people are doing. But it's been so good, and that has been one of the things that people have said that they are so grateful for about this academy, is that the community, and that people, when they're sharing their struggles and things like that, it's like, it's not just me. It's not just me that are experiencing things like this. And it's just good to kind of be in the same boat as someone else, and to know that you're not alone in this at all. And that is the one thing I am incredibly proud of with the academy. I think when I first started the WhatsApp group, it was very quiet and everyone was like, oh, well, introduce yourself. But we're becoming like a family, and I really do love it. So I just want to say, just keep like that momentum going in that group, because it really does help. And there might be kind of silent members in there, but they are reading it, and it does really spur people on as well. So thank you so much for, again, let me know how you're feeling this week. I'm not going to lie, like I said last week, you are going to have weeks where you are feeling a little bit down, a little bit not that motivated, life gets in the way. But the only thing I can say to you is just making sure that you are planning ahead, you are prepping things so that if anything spur of the moment does come up, you're all ready and everything's like raring to go. For those people who were a little bit disappointed this week, don't let that spoil. I thought my child were coming in then. Don't let that spoil everything that else that you have achieved this week. I've literally just been speaking to this to one of my one-to-one clients, is we get so caught up on trying to be perfect that sometimes it kind of clouds over everything else that we've been doing. So yeah, we might have had a really tough week. Family situations have, taken place, stressful life situations gets in the way. But then you've got to understand that if that's not kind of reflecting on the scales, try and think of all the other things that you've done. Even if that's simple things as you've prepped this week, even if it's as simple things like you've drank your water, these are the little habits that you are going to be implementing week on week that are going to help you get to that goal. And another thing that came up was, as much as the academy and the group is a fantastic kind of community, and I want you to share your wins, a lot of people comparison is the thief of evil. We do compare ourselves to others, and we compare our progress. And the biggest advice I can give to you is try not to focus and compare yourself to other people. Other people circumstances are different. Other people's lifestyles are different. Some people within the academy may have a lot more weight to lose than other people, which also can obviously contribute to the scale. So focus on you. Focus on what you're doing now. If anything comes up, try not to dwell on the past. Don't let the past kind of cloud over and steer off what you're doing now. Keep that momentum going. And even though sometimes the goal might seem out of reach and far away, try and focus on, this is what we're going to focus on as well next week, is goal setting and making sure that you're trying to not focus too much on the end result and thinking, Jesus Christ, it's far away, and try and give yourself more achievable goals to do, and break that end goal result into smaller chunks. And then once you get that milestone, whether it's your first stone, you then go for the next stone. So then it just takes away from that end result, because it can be, very, unmotivating when you feel like you've got a long way to go. So if you break that goal up into smaller chunks, it will make the process a lot more enjoyable, and it's giving you that little bit of something to work towards, which was one of I can't remember who it was in the academy, and they messaged me saying that they felt like it was quite a lot, the tracker on the circle that you have on your dashboard, they felt like it was like very unmotivating because it felt like a long way. If that's the case, we can shorten your goal down so it doesn't seem that far out of reach. So you just need to message me with any tweaks and things like that. So obviously, regarding the 6 weeks challenge, that has started today. And obviously the goal isn't just about losing fat. I mean, obviously that is our goal. That's why we're here. But it's also about like creating those habits and living a healthier lifestyle as well. And that is what everyone is doing. You might feel like you're trying to chase that number on the scale, but everything you're doing is making you live a healthier lifestyle. So not only is that going to obviously support our fat loss, but just think of how healthier your bodies are and how nourished your body is going to be, how much energy you will have and how much stronger you're going to feel. So it's all about those things. And obviously making sure that obviously in the 6 weeks challenge that you're trying to implement them week on week. And also it's about educating yourself as well. And this is why these Zooms are so important. And it's also for a chance to me to see you. It can be very lonely for me, especially apart from when I do a PT, but I really form a very close relationship with my clients, and it's so lovely to see you on the screen and have that more personal experience. And it's also your chance for any struggles, anything, to get them out in the open and to use my expertise to help you with anything that you are struggling with. But I'm hoping at this stage, like some of you might have started to feel a few changes, whether it's feeling more energized, it might be even some like clothes starting to feel a bit looser, not feeling as bloated. Like these are the little things that you need to focus on. So if you've hopped on the scale this week and thought, oh, we're expecting more of a loss, think about how you've been feeling. Have you feel more energized? Have you feel like less bloated? Like these are the things that you really need to be focused on. Do you just feel like more healthier? And it's just important to remember as well that progress doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take time, and we've got the support from myself. You've got the education in there that's going to help you. And if you do this consistently, you will get the success and you will be successful. So I'm going to talk about now some of the challenges that have cropped up in people's check-ins. So obviously when we've been doing the check-ins, you do put like what things you've struggled with. So the common ones that have come up this week was cravings and people trying to battle their cravings, and it can be really hard. It depends on, I would probably guarantee that most of the Academy members, the cravings have been in the evening, and it is very hard in the evening when we're sat on the settee. I mean, I don't know if everyone watches Courier EastEnders or whatever you watch. I'm always watching some form of serial killer. 'Cause I'm very sadistic like that. But as soon as you sit down, we do get those cravings, and a lot of that can be boredom. It can be just mindless kind of cravings. So the top tips I can always give you for this week, for if you are struggling with cravings, is try and pair something with that's high protein. Um, Yours this afternoon between finishing work and going to the gym. So it's just, I would always say to that, just make sure you've got something high protein that you can grab on the go. Because obviously if you pair something, mine is, I do love crisps, but in an evening it has to be chocolate. So I always pair a chocolate bar with, and I always account for it within my calories at the start of the day. So when I've got the rest of the calories, it's there. I know that I'm going to get that chocolate bar, but I pair it with something high protein, and I try. And I know it's really hard when you are watching while she's snacking, but when you do that mindless eating, your body's not your body, your brain's not registering what you're actually consuming. So that's how we do mindlessly snack. Before you know it, you've eaten a full bag of Doritos and a full packet of cookies because you're just mindlessly eating. So just try and pair it with something high protein, and just try and take your time whilst eating it, and just try not to hoover the snacks, if that makes sense. So I've got a little laughing, but it's true. It is true. If we start mindlessly snacking and not concentrating on what it is we're doing, our brain can't register it. So that's why we end up eating more. And obviously, just healthier substitutes. Like if you love crisps in an evening, the best one for crisp alternative is popcorn. Popcorn is, you could eat a full bloody bag of popcorn. It's nowhere near as many calories as obviously if you had a full packet of Doritos. So popcorn is a really, really good one. Um, and also when the cravings happen, try and drink water. Try and have something just to keep you hydrated, and that can keep you a bit fuller, and that can obviously subside the cravings. Next one was time. Time is bloody hard. We are all incredibly busy people. We've got busy lives, we've got jobs, and trying to balance workouts, prepping meals, eating the bloody meals, cleaning the house, it can become very overwhelming. So the only things I can say when it comes to doing your workouts, trying to get your meals, is plan them like you would for an appointment. Book it in, stick to it like an appointment. And I was so glad, I can't remember who it was messaged me saying they'd used the habit tracker, they've printed it out, they've put it on the fridge, I think, and they're using it. And I was like, oh, put it in the group, because people have probably forgot about that. And just having something visual on the fridge, and you've planned for it, it is such a game changer. So like I say, time management can be hard, so just make sure that you are, anything that you're booking in, whether it's exercises or anything like that, make sure that you stick to it like it is an appointment. Even if it's just 20 minutes of the day, you can't commit to an hour, that's fine. 15 minutes, there's so many 15 minutes like workouts you could do online, or even you could do some of the home workouts for 15 minutes. Don't do 3 sets, maybe just do 2. Like there's so many things that you can do, so just try and commit to it like you would an appointment. The other things that kind of kept cropping up was comparison, which I've already spoken about, and it was kind of staying motivated. Now, a lot of us for the first few weeks are really, really highly motivated, but some people have had quite a stressful week, to say the least, and they feel like the motivation has dipped, and they've asked like tips on how to stay motivated. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Motivation is the one thing that comes and goes. So I think most of the Academy members now, they're fired, they've got fire in the belly, they're raring to go, but motivation will come and go. And that's where I'm always saying like the consistency and the discipline and things like that, they're what's going to help you when it comes to when the motivation does lack. So the only thing I can suggest to you is when you are having days of not feeling motivated and you feel like giving up, you've got to think of your why. So why did you sign up for this academy? Everyone's got a why. Mine was my children when I first started, because I was in a very, very dark place after having Lucas. And that was always my driving force. I don't want to be that person. They're my why. This is why I'm doing this. And you've got to think, if on the days that you don't want to do it and the days like you feel like giving up, you've got to think, if you gave up now, where would you be in 6 months' time? Would you be in the exact same position, probably comparing yourself to others again, feeling like a failure? Or in 6 months' time, could you think, do you know what? Even on the days that I weren't motivated, I stuck to it, and I got the results that I really, really deserve. So it's like I say, visualize the results you want to achieve and stay focused and know that it's not going to be a quick fix. It's not a short term, it's like a long term thing. And just always remember your why. Everyone's got a why. There's a reason why everyone signed up to this academy. Use that as kind of like the driving force on the days that you're not motivated. And it's hard. Don't get me wrong, it is hard, especially if we're not sleeping, we're ill, and things like that. It's okay to, again, not be perfect. Things will happen. And when we feel like shit, we don't want to do shit. And it's just, we do lose our motivation. But it's okay to understand that sometimes our bodies need to rest and we don't need to put too much pressure on them, especially when we're not feeling well and things like that. So, whilst we're on challenges, is there anything else that people have struggled with? Like, this is your opportunity now just to say, she's not mentioned this, or I feel like I need a bit more help in something. But is there anything else that people have struggled with this week? And if you don't want to answer, and if you don't want to put it in the chat, you can always ask me after. But if there's nothing else, that tells me that everyone's doing all right and things like that. But like I say, it's just something to like. And I know that sometimes like challenges can feel very like discouraging, but the key to success is in any challenge is just your mindset, like getting your motivation, your mindset in the right place. And like I said, some people have had it really hard this week, like life and family situations that have put a lot of stress on life, which can make our motivation mindset very negative, and think, oh, I shouldn't have started this, this has happened. Or but you've just got to remember that like just having a positive attitude like will carry you through those days where we are really struggling. And that's why I'm always like speaking about meal prep has been key for me this week to keep me on track. Definitely, like just having that meal prep and having things planned and organized will help. I've got Lisa saying yes. I've got exactly. Meal prep is like, if I had to choose one thing in order to like keep you on track, especially on when life throws you bloody curveballs and things like that, is make sure you are organized with your like prep and things like that. Just it's a game changer because it allows you, because even if things life throws you things at you, you can still stay within calories, that you can still track and make sure that you are still making progress as well. So definitely like it's definitely like an absolute game changer. And you've just got to remember as well, like success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you do consistently. And it's not doing this, dabbing into doing this bit of meal prep, I'm doing this. And sometimes when we say we've had a great week and then we've not had as much of a loss, or we've not had a great week, if you look back and you think, oh yeah, well, I didn't do that consistently this week, I didn't track consistently, I didn't prep consistently, I didn't really do my workouts consistently. And it does come from like focusing on not doing things occasionally, you've got to do them consistently to get the results. And every small kind of positive choice that you make counts. And like I've said, not about being perfect, it's just about being persistent with things. So just make sure that you really are like trying to keep that motivation, that mindset in the right place. Now, I really just want you to take a moment now, like we've already discussed about this, and like visualize in your mind. Oh, thanks, Celia. Is like, I just want you to like take a moment to visualize like how you want to feel, not even at the end of this 6 weeks challenge, like just when you've reached your goal, even if you've reached your goal and you just want to still stay a part of the community, like I just want to imagine how you want to feel when you've reached that point. Like, do you want to feel stronger? Do you want to feel leaner, like more energetic? And like, just keep that image in your mind, especially, and it will help you move forward. And like, always think of your why. 100%. That's what I do on the days. And I know that that will spur a lot of you on, especially on the days where you're not feeling your best or time of the month, which was me yesterday. It's just being a woman is hard. It really is. And our men think we probably mourn. And it, my husband's in the next room going, here she goes again. Women have it hard. But we do. We are juggling so much. And not only trying to keep everyone's else's life going swimmingly in our family, but we're trying to keep ourselves afloat. And I always see women as we're like ducks, aren't we? On the top, we're looking all graceful, like we're handling things, and then underneath our legs, like, and we are. That's what we are like. We're trying to keep everyone else like trying to look like we've got our shit together, but sometimes our little feet are like that underneath, and that is okay. And like I say, my husband was like, "Oh, you've got it easy. You've got this." No, being a woman is hard. We've got hormones that, you know, we have 1 week of the month where we feel bloody fantastic. We'll feel strong. We'll feel great. And then the rest of the time, it's just like crap. And then we get to a certain age, and then bloody hell, menopause comes in, perimenopause, hormones. It's bloody fantastic, isn't it? But I think despite all that, I love being a woman, and I love how incredibly strong we are and how, supportive women are of one another. And that's what I love. And that's what I want New You to be about. It's about not bringing other women down. It's about uplifting and keeping and supporting one another and making sure that we're on this journey together, which we all are. So obviously, I'm going to throw it to you now. This is like Q&A. I think we had a couple last week. But if there's any questions at all, feel free to answer them, and I'll answer them as best as I can. But has anyone got any questions about anything? Also, I've just in the talks with Charlotte. I've got my phone out. I'm just in talks with Charlotte, and I want you to pencil this date in. We do think it's going to be. Oh, I missed that question. I'll get that in a minute. 26th of September. We're just confirming a date. I think it's going to. Right. I'll answer those in a minute. But 26th of September, Charlotte Jane, the lifestyle coach. So if you remember, I said we're going to have a guest every single month, and she's a life transformation coach, and you are all transforming your lives for the better. And she is going to give you all the tips and tricks and help you to go from those limiting beliefs, those negative beliefs that sometimes prevent us from reaching our goals. And she's going to help you rediscover, get rid of those limiting beliefs, and make this process and give you a complete mindset shift and make your process and your mind a lot more positive and gain the confidence and just thrive in all aspects of your life. So obviously at the moment it's fat loss and health, but she'll help you overcome stress with like she is going to be so beneficial. And the other guest speakers that I'll be announcing every month, it's going to help you and educate you so much. I'm not used to this when trying to lose weight. It is very hard. So obviously one of the questions was, should you be eating all your calories every single day? Now I want you to imagine that you've got your daily calories every single day. When it comes to the week in total, you have a week target. So let's say on one day, you say every day you need to be consuming 1,500 calories. Let's say on one day you went over, oh God, 1,700 calories. Okay. Some people would absolutely, got hiccups. Some people would completely freak out and think, oh, I've gone over, I might as well, sod this week off. But all you need to do is the next day, maybe just reduce them ever so slightly. So you might do, say you did 1500 the next day, and then you did a few hundred, so you did 1300 on the day after. As long as, no matter if it's up and down with your calories, as long as that week is still on point with your weekly target or below, you are in a deficit. So don't ever feel if you go over that you have spoiled the week. You've written it off. You definitely haven't. Okay. So that's one thing. Other thing that did come up was, Kayla, I burnt 500 calories. Can I eat 500 calories back? No, don't eat your calories back. Like you don't want to be getting that vicious cycle of, how can I say, like rewarding yourself with certain food and eating them back. No, we don't want that. So whatever exercise you've gained, don't see it as, oh, I can just eat it back, because that's where we go round and round in bloody circles. So you don't eat back when you've exercised. I think there was another question that someone had put. I'm just gonna have a look now. It's in the chat. Bear with me, ladies. Let me have a look. Why is it not letting me scroll down? I am like the most useless person on here. Wednesday afternoon, we read that. Is it normal to feel like eating loads? Definitely, 100%. Like, people freak out because the thing is as well, what you've got to understand, that your body has probably been eating such little calories that your body's adapted to that little amount of calories, so you kind of hit a plateau. So when people say, I'm eating this many calories, I'm not losing weight, your body's either adapted it, or you're not tracking and you're not really 100% being honest with yourself. So when we increase them, because what people tend to do, they'll eat 1200 calories and then they'll eat it, 1200 calories. They're absolutely bloody starving. It comes to the weekend. You overconsume at the weekend. You've eaten way over your calories, which then it makes you gain weight. Whereas if we increase your calories ever so slightly, it'll stop you from feeling hungry. It'll stop you from feeling that you've not been satisfied. It'll stop that binge at the weekend. So that is all it is. It's trying to take away that kind of, I'm hungry, like being good Monday to Friday, blowing it all at the weekend. So it is completely normal to feel like you are eating a lot. And when people say, do I need to be eating all my calories? Like, if you are full and you are feeling satisfied and you feel like, oh, I can't even eat a protein pudding, don't do it. It's fine. Like, that's absolutely normal. But what we don't want is, oh, I'm not hungry, and then it gets to later in the night, you're like, oh, no, I won't eat that. I'll just keep going. I won't eat it. And then it gets to the weekend and you think, oh, I'm starving. I haven't had this, I haven't had that. And then you obviously overconsume the weekend. That's not what we want. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but it's absolutely normal. However, if you feel like you're eating a lot, we're not making progress, and you can honestly tell me that you are tracking everything, then we'll amend your calories. Okay, those calories aren't forever. They will adapt as you go along in this journey. So if you feel like they're not like you feel like you're not losing weight, and you're being honest with me, it is you have got to be a 100% honest man and telling me everything that you're tracking. And then obviously, if you feel like you're not making progress, we'll amend them. And should you eat all your calories? I'm trying to see if there's any more. Lauren, something. No more questions, which is good. And obviously, before we go, I would love, and I know there's only a few of us, but I would really like you to share one goal you're setting yourself for this week. What's it going to be? I want you to put in the chat. I want to know exactly what your goals are. I'm going to be a real hypocrite now. I'm going to meal prep. I'm being well off with it, and I've felt it. It's made my stress level go up to here. So even though I am meal prepping, I'm doing it in an evening, which is not how I usually do. I like to do it all on a Sunday, get it done for the week. So I'm going to make sure that this Sunday, I'm going to meal prep for the entire week. That's my goal. Oh, we've got people putting them in. Let me see. Because I think, I don't know about you, I feel like if I say it out loud and to people, I'm holding myself accountable and I will do it. So anything that you might have struggled with last week, meal prep, yes. Move more, yes. 5 workouts and drink more. If you're doing 5 workouts, put them on your habit tracker. Put it as an appointment and commit to it. And if you can't do the full hour, do what you can. Okay? That's what we're doing. You've printed the meal planner and I hope it helps. And even take a picture of it, if it's on your fridge, whatever, bang it in the group, because that will just make people think, oh yeah, we have that, I'll use that. And it's just such a good tool. And is there anything else? And these goals can be mindset, it can be exercise, like you say, it could be food prep, anything. But we've committed to them, and hopefully that will not be a struggle next week. You'll have put in your check-in, this is what my goal is, and I absolutely stuck to it and nailed it. But apart from that, we're on 40 minutes now. If there is anything, not to be hard, that's a good one. Not be hard on yourself. Really, really don't be, and don't compare yourself, because the only people that are going to help us get to these goals is I will be your cheerleader, I will support you, and I will lift you up on the days that you're feeling down 100%. But the main person that's going to get you to that end goal is yourself. So you can't be your worst critic. You've got to kind of speak to yourself like you would speak to a friend. And remember that. Remember your why. Speak to yourself like a friend and uplift yourself on the days. So when you feel like, oh, I've done this and I've done that, just think, no, I did this yesterday. Despite these things happening to me, I still did this. And tell you, and I know it sounds really cringe, but you just need to tell yourself that you are doing amazing. And you are all doing amazing. You've absolutely gone, hit the ground running with this first week. It's going to be the weeks that go by that are going to be challenging, and they're going to be the weeks that you're going to need yourself and really uplift yourself. But just thank you for coming to this Zoom. Like I say, hopefully more and more will come once we say, they are beneficial. Sometimes you just need this pep talk, and you just need to be around other people. And I really do appreciate that it's taking up your time of doing other things as well. But let's just commit to keep holding each other accountable, keep lifting each other up, keep supporting each other, keep putting the recipes on, and just help each other through this, and just believe. I believe in every single one of you, every single one in the academy, every single person that signs up to New You, Kayla. I believe in every single one of you. So just make sure that you do as well. And that's it. Just keep up the great work that you're doing, and keep up everything that you're doing in the support group and the academy group. I'll see you all. Obviously, message me if anything comes up, and I'll obviously speak to you in our next check-in, and I'll see you at the next Zoom, and just have a great evening and an amazing weekend. And I'm going to use this point as well. If you have a weekend social event coming up, because we do plan for them, let me know in your check-in, because then I can give you advice on how to prepare for that. Because also in this kind of journey, we want to enjoy life at the same time, and social events will come up. So please just prepare for them. And apart from that, yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope you found it really beneficial. It really, really is lovely to see every single one of you. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how, once this is recorded, how I send it, but we'll see how that goes. I will put it on the app once it's on there. And yeah, thank you for coming, and good luck with everything, and I will speak to you all very soon. Mwah! Well done, everybody. See you later.